Here are today's top news stories and why they matter. We begin in Nigeria, where there are growing concerns over the possible resurgence in activities of suspected Islamist militants in the northeastern part of the country. What's backing these worries? Well, on Monday, militants attacked the Nigerian army base in Borno state. They captured some soldiers and ammunition. The militants arrived on motorbikes and in gun trucks and laid siege to the 153 Task Force Battalion base in Marte district. A soldier told Reuters that the Nigerian troops retreated to a larger Task Force brigade in nearby Diko district to regroup and subsequently launched a counterattack to retake the base. The military is still searching for the missing soldiers and has yet to account for the number of dead troops. Why does this matter? Well, Boko Haram and its splinter group, the Islamic State West African province, have increased their attacks this year. The rise in violence has raised concerns about the possible comeback by jihadists. Security experts have attributed the resurgence to a lull in fighting between Boko Haram, the Islamic State-backed ISWAP, and the adoption of aerial technology by the groups. In Liberia, the Speaker of the Parliament has resigned after prolonged political impasse that lasted for months. Funati Kofa submitted his resignation on Monday evening after the Liberian Parliament was split between two factions. So what triggered this split and impasse? DW's Evelyn Party has details.
The crisis began last year when a divide formed the parliament. Two groups emerged. The Rule of Law Caucus, which included Speaker Kofa, and the Majority Bloc, led by Rachel Kuhn. The Majority Bloc claimed Kofa was ousted and placed by Kuhn in his position, receiving support from the government. This situation caused ongoing legal and political disputes over who should be the speaker. Both groups held separate meetings. In the meantime, however, on April 23, 2024, the Supreme Court ruled that Kofa was still the elected speaker and the attempt to remove him were illegal. On Monday, Kofa told reporters in Monrovia that he resigned because the government would not follow the Supreme Court's ruling. He stated, "I cannot negotiate the law. If I resigned, that is the legal process. A vacancy is created. A new speaker must be elected." An ECOWAS team previously came to Liberia to help resolve the matter or the dispute, but was unsuccessful. It remains unclear how quickly the parliament can come together to fulfill its duties.
And finally, 59 white South Africans have received refugee status in the US, but they are having difficulty settling in. The Episcopal Church, which was helping with the resettlement, has announced that it will no longer work with the federal government on refugee matters. The white South Africans were received by the Trump administration, which deems them victims of racial discrimination. However, the church considers the preferential treatment given to them unfair. Presiding Bishop wrote in a letter to the church's followers that it has been painful to watch one group of refugees selected in a highly unusual manner receive preferential treatment over many others who have been waiting in refugee camps or in dangerous conditions for years. President Donald Trump, who in February offered to resettle the Afrikaners, has however defended his decision to prioritize these white South Africans above other victims of famine and war everywhere else in Africa.
I don't care who they are. I don't care about their race, their color. I don't care about their height, their weight. I don't care about anything. I just know that what's happening is terrible. I have people that live in South Africa. They say it's a terrible situation taking place. So we've essentially extended citizenship to those people to escape from that violence and come here.
South Africa maintains that there is no evidence of persecution and that the claims of white genocide in the country have not been backed up by evidence. And that's all we have for you today. Don't forget to leave a comment, do share, like, and subscribe to our channel DW Africa. I'm Chinaza Samuel.